Hello you guys, it's Mr. Harland with yet another video. It's video number 2. We're gonna go back in time to the 1980s, 1980s. As, it comes to some crazy stuff. The 1980s were magic. They kind of were, but especially when it comes to this. Nice story by the campfires, nice. Damn shame it's not nightfall. Oh, oh Lord. No, I'm not doing marijuana. No, I'm not. Having a little cough fit. Oh Lord. Okay, now we're good. Today we're going to look into a man by the name of Gilbert Galvin, known as the Flying Bandit or the Phantom Bandit. Now that's interesting. He was born in 1957 in Los Angeles, California. He was known for robbing many banks across Canada. Even though he was born here in the U.S., I guess he had fun in Canada. It was a 3-year spree robbing banks and jewelry stores in the 1980s, and he went under he assumed the name Robert Lee Whiteman. In the United States, Galvin had embezzled from Western Union. In 1984, he escaped from prison in St. Joseph County, Michigan, and fled to Ontario, where he took a new name of Robert Lee Whiteman. While living in a men's hostel in Ottawa, he met his wife Janice, who was from near Pembroke, Ontario. The couple soon moved back to Pembroke to be closer to Janice's family. Around the time, Galvin claimed to have found work as a travel business consultant. He began robbing banks in 1984. From the Pembroke airport, Galvin was able to travel to Toronto Pearson International Airport, where he would transfer to Air Canada flights all across the country with Get down, kitty. With this method, his luggage was transferred to the connecting flight without going through security, permitting him to transport the weapons he would use in his robberies. In some of the jewelry store robberies, Galvin had an accomplice. Galvin's method was to wear a disguise, carry a weapon which he never fired during any of the robberies, and pass a note to a teller. Galvin robbed banks in every Canadian province except Prince Edward Island and Newfoundland. His takes ranged from $600 in cash in his first robbery to $1.2 million in jewelry. His thefts totaled $251,333 in cash and more than $2 million in jewelry. Galvin was dubbed the Flying Bandit by Canadian media during his crime spree, robbing banks and jewelry stores. When Galvin and an accomplice stole $1.2 million in jewelry in Vancouver, they left behind a gun, which police traced to a break-in in Ottawa. A long-term investigation by police into stolen goods in the Ottawa area came across a man named Robert Whiteman fencing jewelry. Police determined that Whiteman had no social insurance number or birth certificate, but found a trail of credit card receipts in that name. Comparing credit card receipts and airline receipts led police to surveil Whiteman's residence in Pembroke, where they gathered enough evidence to charge him. When he was arrested in 1987, this is where my tongue stops working. In 1987, Galvin said he had planned to confess to his wife and move with her to the Turks and Caicos Islands. I guess that's a nice place. Galvin pleaded guilty to 59 armed robberies in Canada, plus 17 related charges. In 1988, Galvin was sentenced to 20 years. He was deported from Canada to prison in Wisconsin, and in 1994, and was released in 1998. After his release, he robbed a bank in McHenry, Illinois in December 2000, and in 2001 of April, for which he was sentenced to 15 years, and in December 2014, Galvin was released from federal custody. In May 2015, Galvin was arrested yet again, but this time for retail theft in Barrington, Illinois, and was sentenced to 50 days in jail. In popular culture, Robert Knuckle published The Flying Bandit, bringing down Canada's most daring armed robber in 1996. It's quite a good book. You should read it. In 2005, the Canadian true crime series Masterminds Canadian TV series featured Galvin's exploits in episode 39. Galvin's crimes were fictionalized in the 2022 film Bandit, starring Josh Duhamel, who met with Galvin during filming. Duhamel said Galvin told him that he had wanted to create a life and a family, and his only option in his mind was to start robbing banks. Huh. Galvin and his wife, whom he met in Ottawa, were married in Hamilton, Bermuda, and had at least 2 children. According to the 2022 film Bandit, they divorced in 1989. Sounds like a nice Canadian film. Then again, that'll be it for today's video number 2. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section down below as to what you would like to see me talk about next. And if you have something that you'd like for me to talk about, please put it in that comment, and I will write it down on a piece of paper. I'm going to make a nice list, and I will cover each and every one of those topics, because I feel the motivation. And even though I may be somewhat a busy person in my personal life, when it comes to work and all, I will still find a way and find the time to make these videos, because it's fun to do, and I do so love doing it. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a great Monday. See you all next Monday, my superstars!